episode of Fireside Chat with the President. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. We got a lot to do here, so let's get going. Let's start out with some healthcare resources. Now, this was sent to you all back in October. There's a link in the email that this video was attached to. Every month you get an email from the benefits department about items related to our healthcare plan. And so what I wanted to focus on this time, or this episode, is the October healthcare resources document that was sent out. It's got three really great things in it. Again, go back to the email this video is attached to. You'll see links there. But three things I want to share with you are: one, teledoc. If you do teledoc, which, as you know, it can be either on the phone or it can be through like a video chat. It's a zero copay for these teledoc visits. It's a really great way to see a doctor, get your needs taken care of, especially if it's in the middle of the night or if it's on the weekend. Anyway, that's the first one. The second one is Maven Maternity. Maven Maternity is a resource that's available to any of our members who are pregnant. It's lots of great resources. There's even a component of this plan that allows for things like diaper delivery. So Maven Maternity is also one of the benefits from our plan. And the third one is Hinge Health. And Hinge Health is a back and joint, essentially a virtual physical therapist. Hinge Health will set you up with the equipment you need, including a virtual assistant. They'll even actually send you a tablet. They'll send you some monitors, and that way it can run you through an exercise program based on your particular needs, whether it's your knee, your elbow, your back, in order to help you strengthen, condition, and get to a place where you can avoid things like surgeries. I've used Hinge Health in the past for a knee injury that I had that was several years old, and it was fabulous. I really highly recommend it. Again, this is completely free. They sent me a tablet, which is how I was able to run through my exercise routines. They sent me the monitors, the wireless monitors, so that the actual app was able to see virtually the movements I was making and to help me make adjustments. And then there was constant updates and constant communications from an actual nurse just to see how my progress was going, ask me if I need anything, if I need to make any adjustments, and so on. So it's really a full service option that's available, and it is free to all our members. Second thing I want to talk about is federal student aid debt relief. There's a national program to essentially absolve you of up to $20,000 of federal student loans. This is a program that is in place until December 31st. They go back to the email this video is attached to. Click on that link. It's a super simple application, and if you qualify, you could benefit from up to $20,000 of debt relief for federal student loans. So check it out. The third thing I had for you is a very quick negotiations update. As you know, we sunshined our items at the October school board meeting. We had an opportunity to bring forward the articles that we were going to bring to the bargaining table this cycle. We met with the district and we set up 10 negotiation dates, 2 each month between November, December, January, February, and March. And so we're very optimistic that we can get through this entire bargaining cycle in those 10 sessions, maybe less, we'll see. And our hope is, and always is, that we can have a tentative agreement complete and ready for ratification before our current contract expires, which is on June 30th. So we have 10 negotiation days set up. They're full bargaining days. So we're looking forward to a successful bargaining season. Last but not least, teacher tutors settlement. So many of you know that when the district illegally released our teacher tutors at the end of the 2019-2020 school year, shortly after they became members of our association, that we began fighting back on that. We felt like not only was it illegal what they did, but that our folks had been misclassified, misidentified, and basically misrepresented by the district for all the years that teacher tutors were a part of it. And so that fight has finally come to a conclusion. We have our final element of our settlement, which was just done back in September meeting. That was the financial. Just a kind of a recap, this was a 4-part complaint that we filed with the Public Employees Relations Board. It was appropriate hire date, because hire date determines seniority. It was the appropriateness of their employment status, whether they're probationary or permanency. Our teacher tutors were not progressing towards that. It was reinstatement of their positions. As I mentioned, they were all illegally fired back at the end of 2019-20 school year. And then recovery of lost compensation for the 2020-21 school year, the year that they were almost all of them were dismissed and none of them were allowed to work through no fault of their own. And so we have won on all 4 of those points. And in fact, the financial settlement is worth almost $500,000. Now, this is not money that's coming from your paycheck or my paycheck or student services. This is the money the district would have spent had they had teacher tutors in place during the 2020-21 school year. And as you recall, that was our year of distance learning, and we needed every hand we could get to be on deck to help us support our students, to get them through this. And we had this whole batch of teachers who were just excluded from that process. And so this $500,000 settlement is about just redistributing the lost wages back to these folks who have a claim with the district. And so we're in the process of making that happen right now. But the settlement itself has already been agreed to. So we're super excited about the outcome. We know it's taken a long time. Thank you to our teacher tutors for all your patience over this last couple of years. I know it was a long stretch, and I really, really want to do a big shout out to CTA Legal Services. Without the support and the experience of CTA's legal services, and in conjunction with them, the CTA contracted legal support services, none of this would have been possible. We had multiple lawyers working on this on behalf of our teacher tutors, on behalf of our association throughout this entire process, and they were bulldogs. And so I really, really want to thank CTA, also our staff person, Andrew Oman, who was really kind of our liaison this entire time, and just the work and effort that these folks put in making sure that justice was served, and that our teacher tutors were treated with respect, and they were allowed to have the things that some of us take for granted, like higher dates and employment status, that these folks were denied for so many years. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. All right, that's all I have for you. Hey, have a great weekend. It's good to see you all. We have Thanksgiving coming up pretty soon. We have a Friday off coming up here pretty soon. So there's a lot of things going on. But I know that you all are out there just doing the best work you can do, and really just focusing on their students, regardless of what your role is in your association. I know that every single one of you comes to work every day with the intent to do what's right for kids, and I absolutely appreciate that. So thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.